People say that you need an education to get by in life, and that's bullshit because I impersonated a lawyer and got away with it. My friend got a DUI, and he's like, hey, can you represent me in court? I'm like, yeah, I got nothing better to do today. I'm sure, why not? So I got a really nice suit from the Salvation Army, and I represented him in court. It was awesome. I walk right into the cop that arrested him. I'm like, hi, my name's Zack Hammond. I'll be representing him today. If you're willing to drop the summary charges, he's going to plead guilty to said belligerence and drunkenness on that night. The cop's like, I think we can work something out. That's great. We walk right up to the judge, and I give her my name. She's like, Zack Hammond, we can't seem to find any of our databases. Are you new? I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of new. I'm working at the Dollar Tree right now. I'm very new. Well, you know what? Give us your information. Maybe we can find you some work. I'm like, that'd be fucking awesome. I could totally use some work as a lawyer right now. So the cop tells her everything is okay. She signs off on all the paperwork, and we leave. And I get 2 feet out the door, and she goes, Mr. Hammond, come back here for a minute. And that's when my anus got real tight. She's like, we can't find you anywhere in any of our databases. I'm like, that's really odd. Maybe you should check it again. And she goes, well, maybe you could just give me your identification card and we can, get this thing moving. I'm like, I don't have my identification card on me. What kind of lawyer doesn't have his identification card on him? I'm like, listen, I'm not really a lawyer. I'm just helping out my friend today. Don't screw this up. And she says out loud, what do you mean you're not a lawyer? I'm like, bitch, that's the shit I'm talking about. That's when a real lawyer looks at me and he goes, what makes you think you can come in here and just pretend to be a lawyer? The fact that I did it. And she's so pissed. She's like, all right, I'm not dealing with this right now. The two of you get to the back of the room. And now I'm really pissed because I have work later. I could care less that I'm in trouble. But it's one thing to call my job and be like, hey, I'm sick today. It's another to go, and depending on what the mail has said, I may be sick tomorrow too. Yeah. She makes us wait till everybody's cleared out of the courtroom for one reason, because we fucking have her. She can't go back on paperwork. You can't do this. She can't, I never signed this. You absolutely did. It's right here. So she basically tells us to our face, I don't ever want to see the two of you in a court together ever again. You understand me? Yeah, absolutely. I don't tell anybody this happened. You don't tell anybody this happened. Which I have never held up my end of the bargain, obviously. And that's when the stupid cop starts piecing everything together. He's just like, wait a minute. He's not a lawyer. We're in a courtroom. And the train leaves Chicago going 300 miles an hour. He's like, wait a minute, son, you're not a lawyer? No. What do you do for a living? I work at the Dollar Tree. Sucker! Love working in retail. So much fun. I used to work at Ollie's Bargain Outlet. You ever shop there and hate yourself? It's fun. I used to work there. You can do me a favor. Go there and shit on the floor. You can tell them I told you to. It's fine. I have a terrible attitude, as you can no doubt tell, and that was not beneficial to cashiering there. I had this old lady come up in my line. She was so old. That's like how she talked. She could barely breathe, and she shook. And not because there's anything medically wrong with her, it was just God shaking the last bits of life out of her. She comes into my line with a book. She's like, I'd like a discount on this book. I'm like, you're at fucking Ollie's. What do you mean you want a discount? Everything's on. It's the reason why it's here is discounted. What do you want a discount for? It's like, because the pages are yellow. I'm like, that's going to stop you from enjoying the book? Yes. Well, there's something wrong with you. Excuse me? There's something wrong with you. She goes, I want to talk to a manager. I would too after hearing that shit. Let me get him for you. So I bring my manager, and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, this crazy old bitch wants a discount on this book. And she should not get it. And he's like, you need to go on your lunch break. I'm like, I want to see how this plays out. Because it's going on your lunch break. So I go on my lunch break, and I take the book with me, and I get in another line. And I purchase the book with my employee discount. And I make sure she sees me do it. She goes, what are you doing? I'm buying this book at a discount. She goes, why do you get a discount? Because the pages are yellow. I'm a bastard. Weird things I like. I'll do two more things that I enjoy. One thing is I always have terrible thoughts, and I don't know why. Like I think in my head, these are great ideas. Like my one great idea is I would love to call like Brinks Home Security and tell them, even if the alarm goes off, I still have 5 minutes to kill somebody. I'm just saying. Any murderer would know that. This is the last one. I've dated a lot of weird people in my life. The most recent one before my wife was a 17-year-old. Shut up. And I know you're like, that's robbing the cradle. No shit. Like, do you have any idea how awkward it is to go to Thanksgiving dinner with your girlfriend and have to sit at the kids' table? It's creepy. But she was 17, she had no idea, she didn't have any thought of like what it is to struggle. Like, I don't like what my parents are fixing for dinner. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna pay rent this week, you idiot. What the fuck, who cares? And she just never thought. Like, we went out like on Memorial Day weekend, and then we came back to her house at like midnight, and like everybody in her house is asleep. She's like, I'm really tired, I'm gonna blow up the air mattress. Now, I don't know if you've ever had an air mattress or ever had to blow up an air mattress, but it comes with a little pump, and you plug the pump in and you pump it up, and it goes, ah! For 5 minutes! It makes that noise. It's like raccoons mating, and she plays that shit for 5 minutes and wakes up everybody in the house. I don't know what their problem is. I am so cheating on you tomorrow. I don't care. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you very much.